Hello, hello YouTube. We have a new meta change. So the DN10 and the Krig got nerfed, and we got a buff to the GPR 91, the ames 85, and the Kilo 141. These are the three guns that got buffed. So if you think the Krig has got nerfed, it's not a 70 round drum, it's now a 60 round drum. But there's a problem. You may think it's easy, but sustained fire has a very herky-jerky movement. So it's not even that much controllable if you want to still use it. The next gun is the DN10. Now the DN10 still has a high headshot multiplier, so it didn't really get nerfed. But the other thing is the chest shot. 1, 2, 3, 4, right there. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So around the 50 mark, it takes 5 to 6 shots to hit in the chest, unless you actually hit a headshot along with one of them. So the DN10 is still meta, but the new gun. Now we have the XM. We have the GPR 91. I always liked this gun. This gun was always a nice sniper support. It got a nice little buff to it. But as you see, this thing is a nice little sniper support after the Krig got nerfed. If you want something to use sniper support, I recommend using the GPR. This is probably a good sniper support in that 50 to 25 meters right here. But you may even do even better up close. Now the LC10 may still beat this still, but this is a new long range meta. The other gun that got added, we have the ames. I have always loved this gun. The ames 85 has always been one of my favorite guns before the Cypher took over. But the ames, if you want something that's really controllable, the ames is very good. But it's not. It's very unforgiving past 50 meters if you want to run a long barrel. But this is a great alternative if you don't want to use the gripper. It's not that hard to control. You can run a compensator with recoil springs, or you can run compensator with overpressure. Or you can run what I do is I run monolithic suppressor and reinforced barrel with recoil springs. Makes it still easier to control than the gripper. And now the new gun that what I think is going to be the most easiest gun to use is the Kilo 141. The Kilo 141, if anyone who's familiar of the XM4 meta back in the day, when they took over, the Kilo 141 has no recoil. If you put the compensator and the recoil spring with a reinforced barrel, this gun would be an absolute beam because it has that. It does less than half a second. But this is the issue. You have 80 rounds, so you can really span that long range distance. Since the Krig is nerfed. But if you want to keep using it, if you still want to use the DN10, the DN10 is still a solid pick. Me personally, I think this is a mouse and keyboard weapon. But this is still a great pick. But the Krig is not what it used to be. The Krig really got nerfed. The Krig is not what it used to be. It has a very herky-jerky movement again. You know, I don't think the Krig is worth it anymore. The other alternative is the FFAR. I always loved this gun as a sniper support, but it can also compete too. What we have is a nice little balance of change. Now we're seeing the ames 85 getting some love. We're seeing the TAC 56 is a nice little alternative gun from MW2. We have the M13B, which is a nice alternative. We have a nice little selection, but if you really want to use any new guns, I say use the Kilo if you want a very easy to use gun. It has barely no recoil whatsoever. If you want to use something a little bit more range, I recommend using the ames or the GPR. If you want to still use the Krig, it's up to you. It's much harder to use the Krig now after the nerfs to it. The DM10 is still the meta. Nothing's going to take over that DM10. That DM10 is the meta. And if you want to use that gun, I recommend you using that DM10. The TR2 is still a great gun. In about a day or so, we're going to see that TR2 SMG. I'm going to be testing it once it comes out in the event. I think it's going to be something that's going to compete with the LC10. But we'll see once we get the attachment out and see how it works. But thank you for watching. If you want to follow me more, follow me on YouTube. Leave a like and follow on this page. Subscribe. And let's see. And follow me on Kick, because I'm always on live on Kick.